Beer. There we go.
This isn't Yingling.
That's not Yingling. Colorado.
Colorado's.
Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, whatever the hell you're listening to this. You're listening to Fat Unathletic Nerds Talking Sports, the Sports Pod with Dad Bods. This is your host, JackKnife, alongside your other hosts, the Zack Danielz and Tommy Joe. How are we doing, guys? We're back in person again.
Back. We're just like last week. Zach just got the mic. It's July.
Yeah. Dude, don't you know?
Don't know what?
That it's July.
Yeah.
I wish it was still July, but we're in August right now.
August? What the hell did I miss?
A lot, actually. You missed a 2-hour episode last week.
2-hour episodes? It must have been something really, educational.
It was, actually.
What?
Yeah, I know. But, yeah, we really hope you enjoyed last week's episode with the Native American Guardians Association. That was a very fun episode to make. Let's see. At the time of that recording, they were about, 69,000 or so. Let's see. What are they at now at the time of this recording? They're approaching 110,000 signatures.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday went over 100,000.
They went over 10,000 the day after our. They're just growing organically. I can only imagine just any more publicity it gets is just gonna make it grow faster.
Yeah, Billy, our boy Billy, he was on Fox News recently. He was.
Saw that.
Yeah, and what else was I gonna say about that? Yeah, Pat Mack got the attention of Barstool Sports DMV.
Yep.
Pat Mack, he talked about it. Of course, he refused to say Redskins, but I don't know if that was him taking a stance or him just being like, guys, I don't know if I can do it, but,
That's also him going to ESPN, and he knows where he's going to have to start limiting himself.
Yeah.
That's definitely what's also
Exactly.
happening. I mean, look, he probably wouldn't have said it before that deal, but now that he's with ESPN, I think he's trying to train himself to toe that line. He's not going to be able to curse soon, which fucking sucks. Sorry, Pat.
Yeah, we didn't even curse that episode, but yeah, I think he needs an education. He needs to know, educate, not eradicate.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I mean, Tom, a good friend of ours, listened to that podcast, and
Yes.
and it kind of touched him.
Yes, good friend of mine. I don't know if I should drop his name.
You can.
So, my good buddy Tyler, love you. Happy belated birthday, by the way, even though I was at your birthday party. He actually spent some time living with natives, and he said that the message in the episode was pretty much true to what he experienced and what he heard while living with them. And he said the biggest thing that really touched out to him was the
slogan.
The slogan, educate, not eradicate.
That's awesome.
And he said he didn't realize that Redskins were, perceived as warriors. And since hearing that, that made him want the name to come back even more.
Yeah.
Really? So okay, so he didn't know the meaning, but in general, the natives
With it.
He's like, dude, I don't care.
What did he say with them?
Like the Dakotas, I think, right?
Yeah, he went cross
Okay.
country. He had don't mean to spill your tea, Tyler, but he had
Sorry, Tyler.
part of his life where he just went cross country.
Right.
And
he stopped for a moment and he stayed with the Native American group.
That's
got to be that.
Wish something that I could do, but
Dude, that's got to be such an eye-opening experience. I mean, that talk itself was eye-opening, but it's so cool to hear that someone else kind of understands the sentiment, even if they weren't fully educated on it in the sense of what Redskins means to certain Native Americans.
Yeah,
it's
Bill not. Redskins isn't something you could take at face value.
No. Yes, and it's also, as Bill did say. I know he's very much a proponent. Same with Tony. They both agreed that there are some people that probably, Native Americans, who do take offense to it. But it seems to be the sentiment is it doesn't bother them. Whether they use the term or not, it seems the sentiment that was pushed forward is that most Native Americans aren't bothered by it, especially whether they call each other Redskin or not.
And you look at the high school, Mesa, Arizona, almost a 100% Navajo population. That was their team name, the Redskins.
Yeah, that's fucking dope.
Where did I go to school, Jack?
Manalpan.
Yeah, the Braves.
That's right.
We used to have an Indian as a mascot.
Dude, I'm convinced a lot of people just name their shit the Braves because it's the word brave.
Well,
I never thought of it as Indian until it was like.
But what are you talking about? The Atlanta Braves.
No, I know, but I never really connected that's an actual. Yeah. I thought it was just a.
I see that, but Manalapan is the name of
No, of
the
course,
tribe.
of course.
Also, we are still kind of, getting used to, this new technology. I'm still getting used to recording. With the new setup we have, just if you're going to yell, just step back a little bit.
Yeah?
It's because it's clipping a little bit.
Thank you very much.
Clipping. But anyway, we're going to do like another one of the...
If you're going to be quiet, we're just like, normal, it's fine. But if you're going to go into a rant,
Got it.
Zach does go into a rant, Jack does go into a rant.
I do.
Just move it back a little bit.
Got it.
All right.
But it's going to be ear rape for everyone.
Sorry.
Listening.
But yeah, we're going to do a mostly fan submission episode again because we did that two episodes ago, and I think people really like that. We got a good amount of submissions, but before we go into that, there is a little bit of hockey news I want to talk about. Tom, any NASCAR news you want to talk about for like 5-10 minutes?
I haven't done an episode since the last time Shane Van Gisbergen raced, which was Chicago, and he won there. And Shane Van Gisbergen was back at Indy this week with 5 other entries from around the world. You had Kamui. Oh my God. Who's the guy that eats the hot dogs? Not Chestnut.
Kobayashi.
Yeah, Kobayashi.
Kamui Kobayashi from Japan.
Right.
You had Mike Rockefeller from England. You had Mike Rockefeller from Germany. You had Michael Rockefeller's from Germany. You had Jensen Button from England. SVG Shane Van Gisbergen from Australia, and Daniel Suarez, who from Mexico, who is a regular in the series, and then the other country being America, USA baby. But yeah, the playoffs are getting really hot. You got 2 races left. Michael McDowell just straight up dominated that race. He's really good at road courses. He's really good at super speedways, which is the last 3 races. You have 2 road courses and a super speedway. He was right on the bubble to get in. He was in, and then he had a bad run at Michigan last week, and that kind of put him right outside the top 16 to advance into the playoffs. And now with him in, that put Chase is out on points. He has to win. Chase either has to win next week or the weekend or the following week to make the playoffs.
Like he has to win the whole race.
He has to win the race. He has to bring home the checker flag to advance into the playoffs. If he doesn't, he's not going to make it in the playoffs, which is kind of interesting having like NASCAR's most popular driver not, make it into the playoffs. Granted, he did miss 7 races this year.
Yeah.
And, he did break his leg, trying to... I think he went back earlier than he should have. But there's that whole dynamic. And then, let's see what else is there. You have this is also probably the last race at the Indy Road Course for NASCAR, because it's not confirmed yet, but the same weekend that NASCAR has this doubleheader with NASCAR and IndyCar, IndyCar is not returning back to Indy. They're going to the Milwaukee Mile.
Really?
So that probably would leave it open to NASCAR to go back to the Oval, which has been since 2020, I want to say was the last one.
So they haven't done it in a couple years.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, 21. I think it was 21, 22. Yeah, this is the 3rd one. And Joey Logano wrecked in all of them, which is kind of embarrassing because his team owner and car owner owns the track.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yes, Roger Penske owns IMS and IndyCar.
Jesus.
Another funny thing that I want to touch on. Do you remember a couple years ago when Ricky Stenhouse won at Daytona on the July 4th race?
I think so.
And he had the 1776, we are the champs. Because it was,
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was what he
That's
said
cool.
when he got out of the car. Well, he also almost started World War III because he took out Jensen Button and he also took out Kamui Kobayashi.
Oh, no.
Like he just saw a foreigner in front of him, just said, "Oh, I gotta get rid of you."
Oh my God.
And the first thing I could think of was 1776, we're the champs.
Dude's repping well.
Yeah, but hopefully next week Alex and I can get back on a schedule. Life came at me fast last month, I'd say, and I haven't had really time to even do anything for myself, let alone do this podcast. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully next week we're back up and running and back into a schedule. I really wanted to be on last week with you guys, but I was in the middle of moving from my old job to my new job, and I just couldn't make it work. But I'm glad you guys had the episode. I'm glad it all went well.
Did you get through it all?
Yeah. Oh,
I know it was a good long one.
It took me a couple days to get used to it. To get through it, but I got through it.
No, those any podcast that goes over like an hour, sometimes I have to split.
I mean,
up.
we got balls doing a podcast that long when we don't have the reach that we necessarily want yet.
well,
I mean, I guess you could say it's easier because, I mean, I feel like if we had a big reach and you did it, I mean, people would probably listen to it, but, like, no one's missing out on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because,
Right.
like, no one's like, oh, well, I'm not going to watch that.
Yeah, but people will listen to like a 2-hour podcast of like Spittin' Chicklets or Joe Rogan and whatnot. We're just 3 dweebs from New Jersey right
Well,
now.
we weren't just 3 dweebs. You were 2 dweebs and Bill and who else?
Bill and Tony.
Tony. So, I mean, they aren't dweebs.
well, it honestly wasn't even an episode. It got to the point like we were just kind of asking questions that we genuinely wanted to ask. It was
like
really just education.
It
Like,
felt like a very a very free-flowing interview.
so if you don't mind, is there anything else in the racing? Because I have a surprise for you.
No, go ahead.
Are we back?
I think so, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. What I
Whoa.
have with me
A box.
is a
What's in
little-
the box?
What's in the
box?
box?
Whoa!
Oh my god.
I don't know if you can see on camera. Sorry, I'm gonna move this.
Here, I'm gonna open up the camera.
Oh, is that a Rusty
Yes.
Wallace?
Take a look.
Oh shit, that's
Have fun,
Bill
man.
Elliott, Dale Jr.
That's Bill Elliott.
Yeah.
This is an old Bill Elliott.
Awesome Bill from
Dale
Dawsonville.
Jr., Dale Earnhardt. Is this Ryan Newman? Jeremy Mayfield.
Jeremy
Oh, wow.
Mayfield. Yeah, Jeremy Mayfield. That's how old these are. I had these. So I had these growing up when I was a kid. And,
Oh,
you know,
long day.
I was playing NASCAR 98. You know, you're like a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old playing.
Is that
a
a Days
PlayStation
of Thunder?
1.
No, I thought it was too.
Hold on. So I used to just play with these all the fucking time.
Listening and I can't not go. Dude, hurry.
Yeah.
You're not having the fun. You're not having the fun. Look.
Oh, it's one of those. Jeez,
Dude, I fucking love these. I had so many of these from McDonald's.
Classic.
Yeah,
Jeff Gordon.
yeah. For those of you who aren't watching on video, Zach just brought in a box full of like Hot Wheels NASCAR cars, and Tom has reverted back like what 20 years in age right now.
Yeah, man. Oh, even more.
Steve
This is.
Clark.
These are from like the late 90s, early
No, it's not Steve
2000s. And honestly, well, this Bill Elliott one, dude, I don't know where my dad got this. He gave it to me, obviously. This is old. This is an old one.
That's like one of the first ones that they came out with.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Wow. This is not Rusty Wallace. This is.
Dude, I
this is
can't
Rusty
even
Wallace.
I can't even tell who some of these guys are.
Yeah, because I'm looking at that yellow and green one. I swear to God, I thought that was Cole Trickle's car from Days of Thunder.
Yeah, it's the same font, same number. First Union. That First Union's not even around anymore. That's not part of Wachovia. Dude,
Spam. Oh, freaking slap shoes.
slap shoes. Yeah.
Freaking, I forgot what the dude's name is. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Randy LaJoy?
Randy LaJoy. Yeah, it's Corey LaJoy's father.
Okay, I forget.
Another Dale car. Look at that. Dude, wait. I just bought this. This came with a set.
Really?
This car. I just bought this in Pocono. This car came with a set of him doing the donuts after he won.
And his
Daytona.
hand is stuck in it.
Yeah.
His hand is stuck in
Yeah,
it right
he's like
now.
this.
Oh, this is Greg Bodine.
Yes. Mark Martin.
Trying to remember
Ken
all of them.
Schrader. Is that Ken Schrader? No, Derek Hope.
Lake Speed. I don't think that's Lake Speed though.
No.
The number 9 spam car was
Jeff
like
Gordon.
Speed,
Classic
but that's
Mark
51.
Martin.
Is this?
Valvoline. That's
Robbie Gordon. Robbie Gordden.
Robbie
Oh,
Gordon.
my.
No relation to Jeff Gordon. Wow.
Crazy.
Another first one car.
I think Alex is gonna regret missing this episode.
Yes.
Who's? Yeah, that's why I was asking.
Dude, I had these.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but they were so cool.
they still
Oh my
make
god, let
them.
me see that.
They
Oh,
still
on
make
it
them.
crash.
I had one that went like. I had one that went inward.
Is
so,
this
like-
Michael? What is this? Michael Waltrip's
Yeah.
Bristol car?
There you go. There you go. Now we're talking. Caterpillar.
Caterpillar.
Just take this. Where's the John Deere one?
Oh, right here.
Tom's in his happy place. So
Jeff Fuller.
Holy shit! Fucking. Is it Darryl Waltrip? No. Ricky Rudd.
That's Ricky Rudd. That was a 1990 something Ricky
Yeah.
Rudd when he was in Tide.
Motherfucking Todd.
Who would this be? I don't even see the name on it.
66.
Some of them are in script, so you can't even read it.
This might be Darryl Waltrip.
here you go.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get. I guess, yeah, it's basically become a car collecting episode now.
This is Ken Schrader. This should say Skull on it, but they couldn't put tobacco on it.
Yeah, because Rusty, like I had Rusty Wallace diecast, but he had Miller Lite, and it would say Rusty on there and not instead of Miller Lite. The same could be said for the Dale Jr. cars when he raced for BEI, and Budweiser was a sponsor.
Yeah, just like this. This would be Miller Lite.
I like how you're not even talking into the mic at this point.
Well,
He's just geeking out. It was great. I love it. No, this is exactly what I wanted.
The fucking Bill Elliott.
Bill Elliott.
This is the one where you got the car from McDonald's.
McDonald's.
And you had to put the stickers on it.
Oh,
Yes.
That's cool.
Penske Racing. Funny. That's funny.
Penske Racing. All right.
The other Jerry Mayfield.
Going through every single one of these?
Yeah, no, we are.
Yeah.
Lenny Pearson? Is that a name?
Sounds familiar.
Lenny Pearson?
Lenny Pearson.
Parsons. Lenny Parsons.
Ricky Craven?
Yep. Joe Nemechek. Front row Joe.
Did Ricky have a beer?
No, he had.
Yes, that was Budweiser. That is.
Oh, really? 'Cause I know Ricky Crave.
Ricky Craven. No. Ricky.
I was gonna say Ricky Raven raced the Tide car.
Ricky Rudd. It's Ricky Rudd.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, man. I just wanted to show that to you. This is Grissom. Guy's name is Grissom.
These are cool.
Yeah, man. I was going through my stuff. Who the fuck is this? This is one I always like. Tabasco.
I think that's Buckshot Jones.
Buckshot Jones is a dope name.
Buckshot Jones. That's a awesome name.
But yeah, wanted to give him a surprise. It was kind of fun seeing Tom geek out for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, these are, from the 90s, 2000s, and as he just told me, if this is Bill Elliott, this is very friggin' old.
Yeah, because that's a Thunderbird.
I always wondered. It was so old. I always was wondering.
Dude, yeah, if you can even read it.
92.
Wow.
But that's still, yeah. I mean, this car got a lot of mileage on it because the left rear is starting to split in half.
Oh my god.
I used to play with those on, like, we had, like, a little step in my kitchen. Like a tiny little step.
Rubber tires.
we had like a little step in my kitchen, and I would take them, and it was like parquet style, so like there were lines, and I would make it go in like an oval, almost like Martinsville level oval.
Yeah.
Paperclip.
90.
Yeah, paperclip. Yeah. 90.
90.
Who is that?
I have no idea. But like, you see, this one has rubber tires. So this has the plastic tires. You hear that?
Yeah. Dude, they're all so cool.
Yeah.
All right.
That was a lot. Of
That
fun.
it for NASCAR, Tom, or?
Yeah.
All right. First off, I don't really think I could say anything about the Yankees that hasn't been said already. Any hope I had that they would go at least make a wild card spot is gone after what happened.
What'd you do?
Where'd my beer go?
That's a good question.
Oh, it's right here.
Sorry, Jack. I'm sorry. No, go on.
Any hope that I had for them to actually make a playoff spot was probably diminished after I found out that they gave them a 5-run lead with 2 innings left to the Marlins, and they're probably about to get swept by the Braves right now. Time of this recording, all right, top of the second, no score, but right now they're 60-60. I mean, I come off spoiled because I'm a Yankee fan. They haven't finished under 500 since 1992, but yeah, this team's going to finish under 500, and the front office is going to do nothing because Hal Steinbrenner's content with, how things are because he still gets asses in the seats because of Aaron Judge. That's all I can really say about the Yankees.
Yeah, no, I watched that game.
Yeah.
It was horrifying. It was horrifying to witness because everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. And it wasn't just by the Marlins. Like, I mean, like, I don't know. When I was watching it, it wasn't as much on the Yankees as it was on the Marlins winning it. But at the same time, you can't let that happen.
And
you can't let that happen.
Garrett Cole pitched well that game.
He had an amazing game. Like, you just can't let that happen. It's just unbelievable. But yeah, no, honestly, I'm very happy that Yankees fans are going to have to actually, be upset.
The Bruins.
Okay, show the camera for those watching on video.
This is not mine. This is Jack's.
That's my wife's because
My wife.
we went to a Rangers-Bruins game in Boston in November 2016, and we got close to the ice for warm-ups, and she was sitting right next to the Ranger bench. One of the trainers on the Rangers found a hole through the boards and handed it to her.
Wow.
Yeah, so if it was at Madison Square Garden, it'd have a Ranger logo on it.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, go on,
Sharpie?
Zach. No, you're not
I
right.
don't know where we are now.
We were talking about the Yankees, and you're
How bad
you're
they suck.
you're you're gonna enjoy watching us suffer.
I'm going to enjoy watching the Yankees fans actually have a conniption over a bad team for once in their life. But also, it's very obvious that it is the front office. Like the team is not good on the field, and Aaron Boone is not a good manager.
I'm only convinced they signed Aaron Judge just because they knew, like, all right, this is what keeps us selling out games.
Clearly, I mean, to be fair,
Do you see any other Yankee jerseys?
right now,
No. Maybe
Judge.
Garrett Cole, if anything. But yeah, Judge is the guy.
Maybe Glaber.
I don't know about that. Glaber has gotten better. I was very critical of him, but he's shown a lot more hustle.
Well, you've recently you did share the pain with Yankee fans.
Say what?
Recently, you did share in pain with Yankee fans.
Didn't you bet on them that game?
Oh
they
yeah,
lost?
it wasn't that much money. It was just more like I can't fucking believe that just happened. That's the kind of thing where when it's 5 runs in the 8th inning, you're like, money.
Yeah.
And then like 45 minutes later, you're like, no money. What the fuck?
I didn't
just
see it happen. My friend Henry just messaged me. They need to fire Boone right now, and I'm like, they lost?
I wasn't even horrified at losing the money. I was horrified at what I just witnessed. Like as a baseball fan, like watching that, I was like, how the shit did that happen? Now again, the Marlins are a very scrappy team. I know. We've had experience. They're in my division. But you just can't let that 5 runs in 2 innings. 5 runs in less than 6 outs. Because obviously they didn't get to the 6th out when they won in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, man.
Yeah, well,
it is all front office though, is what I wanted to say. Hal Steinbrenner does not seem at all like his father.
No.
At all. And Boone, you can only blame him so much for
I still don't think he's right for the job.
So what's worse?
No, he's not.
Okay, what's worse?
What's worse? Current Yankees, Hal Steinbrenner Yankees, or CBS Yankees?
The current Yankees and Hal Steinbrenner Yankees. It is current.
No, I meant like current Yankees, like Hal Steinbrenner Yankees or CBS Yankees.
I wasn't alive for CBS Yankees, so I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, what is CBS?
Like
Yankees?
from
CBS owned the Yankees.
They did.
CBS?
CBS.
CBS.
CBS,
Okay,
like
yeah.
The TV.
Got it.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Comcast
They
owns.
were like
The Flyers.
they were like non-existent.
Yeah,
From
no,
like 62 to like 70s to the 70s.
Yeah.
And then George
And then
Steinbrenner brought the
Steinbrenner-
team.
Yeah.
right. Well, yeah, we weren't alive for that, so
Yeah.
I can't.
The
I don't think
Phillies
we can
are
really-
at the top of the wild card.
Yeah, no, they're actually they've had a 3-game skid where they just haven't scored, but yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. A kid I saw at Blue Claws last year is currently on the roster, and they don't know what to do with him because he's been playing so damn well, especially defensively in the outfield, that they don't know what to do when Brandon Marsh and Christian Pache, who is he once was a highly touted prospect. He was starting to show up for us after jumping around from team to team for a little bit. Now they don't know what to do. So we actually have like a logjam of good off.
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, in general, the best thing we could do is get Kyle Schwarber out of the field and just let him hit, and maybe either he's one of 3 things every at bat: walk, strikeout, home run. There's no in between. The guy doesn't hit singles and doubles. He can't run for a double. Walk, strikeout.
You know who can't run? Giancarlo Stanton.
Oh my God, what is up with him? Is it just because he doesn't want to get hurt?
I don't know. I feel like it kind
I'm
of
probably
did.
yelling into the thing again.
I feel like it went downhill since we acquired him. Like, we didn't need a Giancarlo Stanton. Like, you didn't need to make that kind of splash. You need to make tweaks to your
Everybody
roster.
thought that fucking Jeter was giving one to the Yankees. He was getting rid of trash.
Apparently.
I mean, Stan had his moments.
He was a
but
Trojan horse.
Well,
Stan has his moments, but he's not like he didn't address an area of concern for the Yankees when we got.
Nor
got
the
him.
Rangers.
Well, we'll get into the Rangers in a little bit. The New York Rangers, not the Texas Rangers. But anyway, some hockey news. I don't know if I talked about this last time. Vladimir Tarasenko, he was a rental for the Rangers last year, Stanley Cup champion with the Blues in 2019. It looked like he had a deal signed with the Carolina Hurricanes, like it was reported and everything. Wrong. No deal. He fires his agent, and now he's with the Ottawa Senators. And we still don't know what led to like the sudden change of heart. That's one thing. Other news, it's just getting bad from worse for the Bruins. They're gonna. I don't even picture them making the playoffs next year because not only did Patrice Bergeron retire, now David Krejci retired. Yeah, exactly. David Krejci, Stanley Cup champion 2011 with 231 goals, 786 points, a plus 166 plus minus rating. Pretty good, pretty solid career. I don't know if you call him Hall of Famer, but still a very solid career. The Bruins went from having one of the best center cores in the league to like practically non-existent now. And the Pittsburgh Penguins, I think their window is basically shut with this core of Crosby, Malkin, Letang. But they're still trying. They just acquired Erik Karlsson from the San Jose Sharks. Erik Karlsson's a Swedish veteran defenseman. He just won the Norris Trophy. And, they're good. He's still got some game in him, especially if he won the Norris Trophy. Refresher, that's the defenseman of the year. Let's see, in that trade, the San Jose Sharks sent the Penguins Erik Karlsson. That's $1.5 million retained. Pittsburgh also got Rem Pitlick from Montreal. Yeah, this is a 3-team.
Pitlick?
Yes. This is a
Add that to the list.
Rem Pitlick. But yeah, this is a 3-team trade with the Penguins, Sharks, and Montreal Canadiens. Rem Pitlick, they got from Montreal. Dylan Hameliuk, I do not know how to pronounce that, and a 2026 third-round pick. And San Jose got Mike Hoffman from Montreal, Mikhail Granlund, John Ruta, and a 2024 first-round pick. I mean, San Jose's in a rebuild right now. And Montreal got Jeff Petrie from the Penguins. They also got Casey DeSmith, one of their goalies, Nathan Laguerre, and a 2025 second-round pick. So, yeah, Karlsson's got 4 years left on his contract, $11.5 million cap hit, now $10 million because San Jose retained $1.5 million. I still don't put them in the same category as the Hurricanes, Devils, or Rangers, but we'll see. I mean, they're at least not going to go away. But speaking of the Rangers star forward Artemi Panarin. Now, this is all reports. Apparently he was fined in Russia for firing a gun in an undesignated area. To fire a gun in Russia.
What was this undesignated area?
I don't know. This is all a report. They didn't specify whether it was a crowd of people or outside a shooting range or what. But here's the thing. He was fined 40,000 rubles. Want to know what that translates into in American?
$1 billion.
Like 6 trucks?
No.
2 football fields?
No.
3 washer
I feel like
dryers.
you're genuinely going to be surprised when I tell you how much.
Several Big Macs.
I feel like you're going to...
You might be right.
He might be. But I feel like you'll genuinely be surprised when I tell you how much. $400.
Sounds right.
I mean,
How many rubles?
What?
How many rubles?
40,000.
Rubles?
RUBLES. I don't know.
Rubles.
Rubies. That sounds like rubies that they use in India.
Russian.
Yeah,
money.
I don't know if there's going to be...
Monopoly money.
Yeah, I don't know if there'll necessarily be discipline for it, especially because we don't know for sure it's for sure true or not. It's all according to reports.
Is he a Russian citizen?
Yeah, and he had a false allegation before about him assaulting some 18-year-old girl because he's very outspoken against Vladimir Putin. But who knows? This could be another one of those. At the same time, it could be real. I'm not sure. But yeah, he went bald. But if it's true, it's he shaved his head bald. He's become Heisenberg.
Bald.
He's become Heisenberg.
He's become a blah. He's
but yeah, it's
does he wear a lot of Adidas?
Yeah, is he wearing an Adidas tracksuit, squatting on top of a car?
My thing is this. I don't know what to think of this. He may or may not face discipline if it's true, because people make comparisons to Ja Morant, because Ja Morant, he if I remember correctly, he got an 8-game suspension for the gun in the Instagram story or whatever, and then they added another 25 on top of it because he did it again after.
No,
right?
I think the first story was actually very serious, where I think he held up a teen or something.
Wait,
what? Ice cream man.
Ice cream.
Hold on.
We'll be back.
Just kidding.
Imagine.
You should cut. You make a cut for that though.
No. Then because we'd have to come back with ice cream.
It's right there.
I don't have cash on me. Come on, sit down.
They did card. It's 2023.
All right, sit down. Sit down.
Sit down. Let's. All right.
Could you imagine?
Whatever. Alcohol and dairy don't mix.
Yes, it does.
Oh, tell that to my wife after. But yeah, I know NHL, NBA, completely different leagues. Part of me is like, okay, I feel like Artemi will at least get another fine if this turns out to be true. But again, all I know is that undesignated area, it could be anything.
I don't know what that means.
I know what it definitely is. It's definitely an undesignated area.
Yeah, I don't know what that means in Russia, especially.
That could be, there's discharge. There's
Yeah, the Rangers star had been found to have committed a gross violation of public safety, threatening the life and health of citizens.
What did you say?
A gross violation.
There you go.
A gross violation of public safety, threatening the life and health of citizens. And you hear that, and it's like, oh, it's only worth $400. I'm like, what? Apparently, the court found him guilty, and he pleaded guilty. And
Wait a minute. So you're saying that fucking $400 is worth fucking 40,000 fucking Russian dollars?
Yeah, Russia's currency.
And we're
is kind
sending
of shit.
fucking
Apparently
trillions over there.
And this is according
Not
to
Russia.
Well, I mean, it's
No,
the same
the
fucking-
Ukraine, but according to apparently he did plead guilty, but he still has the ability to appeal should he do so.
Well, we all know that Russian courts are not just. So,
All right. So yeah, that takes care of the hockey news. Let's get into
God damn it.
what Zach?
Nothing. What are we getting into?
All right. Let's do our fan submission list. Okay. This comes from our friend Joey Thunder. 2 lists. One subjective, one objective. I don't know if Zach really will like this one. Top 5 New York athletes.
I can do that.
You can?
I mean, I'd have to think about it, but I'm not a New York fan, so how accurate would it be? I don't know. You give it a shot.
Okay. I don't know who number 5 would be. Because I got 4 in my head. I think number 1 is obviously Aaron Judge. That's
wait, current or all time?
current.
Oh, current.
You didn't say current. You just said top 5 New York athletes.
We'll have to do a replay on that one.
I mean, that's what he said. He didn't say old. He said top 5 current New York athletes.
Oh, okay.
Did
All
he,
right.
you didn't say current.
I must have missed the current.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't
okay.
hear-
Actually, no. I didn't say current, but I figured we implied. We didn't say if it was old school.
Whoa. It could be of all time.
Listen.
It did. Well, he didn't put all time,
Well,
so
you didn't put current either.
No. You know what? He's right. You know,
he didn't put all time. So, geez. Okay.
No, so you got to understand. All right, listen. He was saying it, and then you should have just taken the implications.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. It's all part of the implications.
It's all part of the implication.
Okay.
It's like it's like shooting in a designated zone.
All right. So you go first.
Okay.
You're the Yankee. You're the full New York fan.
Okay.
Give me your.
I don't know who number 5 would be. I feel like you guys might be able to help me out with that. Number 4, I'll go with Jalen Brunson. I feel like you have to have a Nick in there. 3, by default, and how he's kind of taken the town by storm and his status, Aaron Rodgers. 2, I'm going with Igor Shesterkin because his ability to carry the Rangers. And number 1 is obviously Aaron Judge. Right. But number 5, I feel like you could probably go with maybe a giant. Maybe Saquon Barkley? I'm not sure.
I'd probably put Saquon up there.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Probably.
That's my top 5. Saquon Barkley, Jalen Brunson, Aaron Rodgers, Igor Shesterkin, Aaron Judge.
There you go. I'd say if I had to judge the top 5, number 1 would also be Aaron Judge because clearly the team kind of, it doesn't have life without him right now. I'm sorry, I can't do hockey for you, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can't do hockey or basketball.
I would put them at 5th right now.
Okay.
And I'd probably put Igor just because I watched that one game against the Devils. I think it was the last game of that series where he was
the only player that showed up.
where basically he was just getting pelted for 60 straight minutes, or whatever it was. So I'll put him 5. I'll put Judge 1. Now who's in the middle? I'm not going to put Aaron Rodgers yet, only because he has not played a game yet. So we got to see what happens there. The hype is great and all, but also I've seen the Eagles have Vince Young join the team and say we're a dream team, and then they were kind of mid all year long. So
Danny Dimes. I mean,
no, Danny Dimes doesn't deserve to be in the top 10. Oh man, 1 is Judge, 5 is Shesterkin.
I have to agree with that too.
Garrett Cole, I'll put 4.
Okay.
Maybe 3, actually.
damn
He's
it.
been so damn good this year.
Right. I don't want to put like multiple guys on the same team.
Right. Yeah, that's tough. 4, I'll also put Jalen Brunson because he was like your life. He was your lifeblood last year.
All right, now we got-
Julius Randle kind of like ran himself out of town.
And now we got to just come up with number 2.
Who's under Aaron Judge at that point? I mean,
There's got to be someone on the Mets, no?
Ooh.
ooh, wow, Pete Alonso would be up there.
Yes.
Oh, well,
Actually,
Pete Alonso.
Well, now he's being called a poison in the locker room or something like
Yeah,
that.
and like I hear people shit on Francisco Lindor too.
Yeah, so maybe there's not a Met. I don't know. Pete Alonso was fun to watch.
Mrs. Met.
Oh, jeez.
She's got a donk.
Oh, God.
Dude, come on, you never looked at a mascot that way?
Not until now.
Try having the fanatic, man.
All right.
Or how about Buster?
Tom, you have a list or do you want to? Okay.
Yeah, because like if it's all time, I can give you all time, but not
All right. 30 seconds to do all time.
Derek Jeter number 1. I don't think it piss you off.
I won't
that's
go
fine.
that far, but all right, this is
That's
your
fine.
list.
That's fine.
Derek Jeter, Wayne Gretzky.
I mean, that was the end of his career, but okay.
Still in New York.
All right. Don't think too hard.
That's me right now. Just
Yeah.
short circuit.
Yeah, it's like I'm really trying now.
Aaron Judge.
All right.
I have one name that's not been said, and he's honestly always talked about. But go on.
Who?
No, keep going.
No,
Keep
because
going.
I'm done.
Lawrence Taylor.
Ooh.
If we're talking all time, see, here's the thing about all
LT's
time.
in the top 3, I
Here's
think.
the thing: if we're gonna do an entire city all time, you could go forever. Like you could just pick so many. Like if we're talking Philly, like I could take a lot of the 2008 Phillies World Series teams because they don't have any championships in general. So it's very easy to take a bunch of people from the 2008 World Series teams, 1993, 1980, or not 1993. 1980 was the winner, but 93 also had a bunch of good
That was
players.
Joe Carter.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I mean, like the Eagles, the last like 25 years. Are
Randall
you kidding me?
Cunningham, Reggie White.
That was 30 years. Yeah, Reggie White, Randall Cunningham. Then you got Donovan McNabb is one of the best quarterbacks. Is probably still you could still consider the best quarterback in the history of the Eagles franchise. I mean, like all time gets tough. That's why.
Yeah.
So, but that's a good question. I
Yeah,
like current. That's a
yeah,
better
that's a
question.
good question.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Only you should just start saying that from the start though, because I think we are lying to us. You did not say current.
Yeah, I didn't. We'll have to go. I mean, it's literally recorded, so we'll have to go back and maybe we're just deaf. But
All right. Well, I like I said, it didn't say current, but like I figured he meant current athlete.
Oh, okay. So now you're just making shit up.
Didn't we say before? Didn't we say
that's
before?
what he said before.
Didn't we say before? It's because of the implication.
And then I said like the undesignated area to shoot a gun. And
Yeah.
we've been
I guess you're right. I
yada,
guess
yada.
you're right.
All right. So what's the next
All right,
question?
okay.
Thank you, Joey Thunder.
All right. This is for my brother, Nick Castle. Dalvin Cook to the Jets. I'm wearing my Sauce Gardner jersey. Those watching on video. I think this is great. You know, Breece Hall's coming off an ACL injury. I'm excited for him to be back, but, you know, I guess it makes sense you don't want to throw him to the Wolves right away, but him and Cook in the same backfield, and you have Michael Carter. I mean, say what you will about the running back position, how it's kind of not utilized as much anymore. But, you know, the Jets have probably the best backfield in the league right now.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on.
It's better than the Patriots. They got fat Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
Wait, they got Ezekiel Elliott?
Yeah.
Zeke Elliott went to the Patriots.
And lo and behold, he's still fat.
To be honest,
What is it with fucking Belichick just taking like the most?
annoying players.
Yeah. Who? They're okay.
No,
like
Belichick
they're good
will
players,
take, like,
But
a-
I feel like
hold
I
on.
feel like your ego offsets their ability.
No, Belichick really will dip his toe in that. I feel like he really tries to stay away from that. But every once in a while, he'll dip his toe, like he did with Chad Ochocinco, Antonio Brown, and then usually shortly after he's like, "Yeah, this isn't worth it," and then he cuts them.
I don't
Because Bill Belichick has enough confidence in his scheme and his game plan that he's like, you know what, I can have anyone back there.
Does he do it to ruin them?
What?
Does he do it to ruin them?
No. This is what Belichick takes. He takes guys that are easily malleable, and he takes Rutgers players. He's got a lot of Rutgers players under his belt. I don't know if Devin McCourty is still playing, but he at one point took both McCourtys. I was watching them at Rutgers in 2006, 2007. And Devin McCourty has won multiple championships now because of that. So, but I'm trying to find a thing. I don't think did he have his,
No, don't say bless you.
did he?
No.
No, I don't. I'm not religious. I don't think Chad Ochocinco was that big of a problem. I think he was just a big showboat. But I don't think he was
like
like a
Antonio Brown was a problem.
Yeah, but
yeah.
well, maybe not necessarily a problem. But like,
Aaron Hernandez.
but once it became a distraction, he was gone. But like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a problem. It has to be just a distraction. Like he even
I
tried.
don't think Ochocinco was a
Okay,
distraction.
but Tim Tebow, for example, like people try to I like to talk about does the coverage, the attention outweigh the benefits of what this guy actually brings to the team, and good or bad, if it's too much of a distraction, it's like what, you're not worth it. But anyway,
Breaking news.
what's breaking news?
Dallas is eliminated from playoffs.
I thought it's breaking news.
Well, from 23-24.
All right. Well, anyway, Zach, you like the move for the Jets?
Dalvin Cook?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic move.
The Jets are actually looking pretty good this year.
I've
Good.
I was said that last year they looked good. They just didn't have we just didn't. Zach Wilson just stunk.
Did you say we?
What do you mean?
Did you just say we?
No, we thought they were going to be good.
I
I was
thought-
going with we thought they were going to be good.
Like we just couldn't.
We thought they were going to be good. No,
Well,
we thought they were going to be good.
'Cause that's
it's
the
not
takes I
just
made.
Yeah.
it's not just it's not just Zach Wilson being booty. I feel like it kind of went downhill ever since Elijah Vera Tucker got hurt, and he's still not
Yes.
back yet. And there was recently a clip. I haven't seen the new episode of Hard Knocks. I saw the first episode. I didn't see the second episode yet. But Robert Saleh was talking about how you could have an all-star quarterback, all-star wide receivers, all-star running backs. It means dick all if the offensive lineman
line.
can't protect.
Nope.
But yeah, Dalvin Cook, last year, 17 games, he got 1,173 yards, averaging 4.4 yards per carry, 8 touchdowns. Not bad. I mean, but he's one of the better running backs in the league, but he got released by the Vikings. But this goes back to, how the running back position is kind of dying.
I don't know. It'll never die. It's actually very important. The thing is,
But it's
very
on life support.
disposable. No, it's not. It's very disposable. You try thinking of this game without a running back.
Fair enough.
It's honestly, I don't think fullbacks was one thing. Fullbacks are just blockers who maybe you hand the ball off and maybe they could just pound it 2 or 3 yards. That's gone because now everyone got spread out. Running backs though, who catch out of the backfield, Joe Mix can do it.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook can do it. I don't think they use him as often for that. There's guys like Jerick McKinnon for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's built his career off of that. He's a good running back, but he's very good at catching balls out of the backfield. Christian McCaffrey's looked at as another wide receiver. So Dalvin Cook, though, his thing was injuries, but now with Breece Hall, a young gun in the back with him, you don't have to give him the ball often.
Right.
It means, oh, wow, Breece Hall's out of the game. Guess what? Now you deal with Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
You're a fresh Dalvin Cook. So I think that's scary. Plus you add on Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard. You got Aaron Rodgers in the backfield now.
Yeah.
It's kind of... is CJ Uzomah and Conklin still the tight ends? If that's the case, you're in big trouble. There's a lot going on there that
Jets tight ends.
There's a lot going on there that I feel like they deserve the hype. You just got to live up to it, unlike the Broncos did last year.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Listen, Bronco country, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, and the freaking shit talk that Sean Payton had towards the Jets.
Oh, man. I don't even want to get started on Sean Payton.
Tyler Conklin and Uzomah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Next question.
From PD Boots, India and Pakistan's
Yeah, I
cricket
saw that.
rivalry. I got nothing to say on this one.
All right, so listen.
When I grow up, I will be
my-
Army.
You're canceled. Next question.
No. It's from TikTok.
Oh, it's from TikTok?
No, that's a real thing.
Yeah, it's a real thing. It
What?
He wants to be pilot. Great.
When I grow up, I will be
We'll show you-
Army
we'll show
and
you,
destroy
Jack.
India.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
It's a real
God.
thing. So anyway, the only thing I have to say
That's
about
my
that,
take.
the only thing I have to say about that is I don't know what they did to their cricket population to the point that they had to fight each other. What's the rivalry between crickets?
Yeah.
What's going on? What is happening?
Oh, my God.
Okay, next
God.
question. I don't know anything about the sport. Of
Okay.
cricket. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Never
fine.
American
That was
sports.
kind of... That kind of...
Wait. Before we go on, I will say this. You should look up a highlight video of catches in cricket. Because they have to catch it. I think they wear gloves or something. whoever hits the ball with the paddle thingy to somewhere in the field, there's a big ass field. I don't know how it works. I've seen some dudes make some sick catches.
Yeah.
If you like baseball, there's some dudes that make some sick catches there. So I'm just saying, take a look at those highlight videos.
All right. Yeah, jeez, that impression. Okay, I'll
He
take
wants
your,
to be pilot, great!
I'll take your words from a TikTok. All right. Very controversial. Okay, now let's get into a completely innocent, non-controversial topic from Chris Cunningham. Wander Franco.
Oh, okay. So here's the thing. I saw when this... I have a friend, Matt, if you're listening to this. Thank you for informing me of this absolutely batshit insane story. He broke the news to us in a group chat. I guess he saw it first somewhere, and he was like, Wander Franco's dating a 14-year-old. He's done. And I was like,
What?
excuse me? And I started looking it up. I didn't even see anything yet. 10 minutes later, I saw a report saying he had a relationship and she was going to expose him or something like that. And ever since that day, more and more shit has just kind of rolled out. Like, what was the tweet that you sent me that apparently the country that he lives in, Dominican Republic, they're going to be doing an investigation. Apparently there might be more minors involved.
What?
That's what I read in one of your tweets that you sent me. You sent me that.
I did, but I have to scroll back through the.
I haven't kept up that closely. I just keep seeing that he's getting into the shit of it with his country. And,
shit.
And MLB definitely. I mean, I actually read that it was a mutual agreement that they go on that he goes on the restricted list. Now, I've also heard evidence though that goes against apparently the mother of the 14-year-old. Which is insane to think about, but I don't want to get into this too much because it gets really, no.
Are you implying that the mother was okay with this?
No, that's not implied. That's a fact. Apparently. Allegedly. Yeah, man, it gets really fucking weird when I read a couple things, and I was like, I'm gonna just let this one play itself out.
Yeah.
He ain't playing. I know that he ain't playing.
No.
Oh, jeez. Initially, when I saw that submission, I was like, that South Park clip, oh, I'm staying out of this one.
Yes. Yeah.
It's all alleged, but it doesn't look good. And there's a Rangers podcast I listen to, Blue Shirt Breakaway. The dude just got a Wander Franco jersey, and then this came out. He's like, crap.
Well, do you think the Fanatics guarantee covers that?
I'd hope so.
Well, I can tell you this: it's okay to meme about. All right, Jack.
Yes.
What?
You're okay, Jack. You can meme. You're really good at it.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. But anyway, next comes from Josh Bloom. Josh Bloom, I got it right, Zach.
I thought it was Bloom.
How else would you say it?
I thought it was Bloom.
He said in our NASCAR chat it was Bloom.
Wait, hold on.
You don't know your own friend's name?
No, hold on. I said Blum last week, and then you said Bloom, and then my friend corrected. Okay, I'm gonna ask him. He's gonna have to say it to me like in audio. Josh, I'm gonna have you say your name in audio to me, okay? Because this is now a thing of contention between us, and that shouldn't even happen. That doesn't make any sense. But go on. What did Josh say?
NFL preseason overreaction.
So people that like fans that celebrate preseason wins?
I don't know if it's necessarily that, or it's like, how much stock you're putting into the preseason.
Well, I think the Jets did it right.
Okay, but
They didn't start Rodgers.
Right, true. I mean, preseason, all you really focus on in these preseason games are two things. One, that Mekhi Becton's doing well. And for the most part, they're not like throwing him to the wolves, but, he's got to ease his way in there because, he's dealt with a lot of injuries. I really want to see this kid succeed because, like, he's hitting the gym. You see it. He's fucking trying. I believe in him.
Dude, he's a massive human being.
It is. That's one. The other being Zach Wilson. Progress from him. Not for this year, but for when Rodgers is gone, because apparently he's still going to be the guy eventually. The first game against the Browns. 3 for 5, 65 yards. Not bad. I feel like it's kind of inflated because of that like one deep pass. The next game against the Panthers. 14 of 20, 123 yards, 1 touchdown. That's pretty good. All right, so I like what I see so far. I like what I see. But when But if you're gonna like overtly celebrate your favorite team winning a preseason game,
You're a child.
it's like that freak.
You're a child.
I made a meme about that, like the clip from 21 Jump Street. Look at him. He's trying. He's actually trying. Okay, that was 2 things I'm happy about. The third one was this sack by Jermaine Johnson, which was freaking awesome. I don't know
like
if you
Jermaine Johnson.
I don't know if you
I
saw
didn't see it,
I don't
no.
know if you saw that clip.
Oh,
But it was awesome.
So the thing with preseason and overreactions. Well, first off, okay, I'm gonna get some things out of the way.
Are we overreacting about overreactions?
No, not at all. In fact, these people deserve what I'm gonna tell you. If you bet on preseason games, you're sick, right? And I'm a betting person. You're sick.
And I hope your
Don't
wife
bet.
divorces you and takes the children.
Well, hold on. That's a little far.
Joke is funny.
That's really dark. Yeah. Well, you know what? You need to calm down. All right.
You need to leave.
I am great, but you want us to go back to that? So, yeah, betting on preseason games is sick. All right. Celebrating wins is ridiculous, which is why it's so funny how they still talk about how the Ravens have won like 23 straight preseason games. Like, who gives a shit? That team, the preseason team is not the same as the regular season team.
How many Super Bowls have they won in that time?
Exactly.
None.
Well, the thing is, it's not even the same. It's not even like remotely the same team. It's not even like, it's like there's 11 players on each side of the ball, including special teams, right? How many of them are even playing?
Yeah,
every year, and then you just cycle new players and rookies and
You're
undrafted
literally
agents
just
and free
finding out
agents.
who your second and third string guys are.
You are literally trying to see who's making the team and maybe who can make a splash.
Yeah.
Or end depth and maybe the practice squad, which is like
Who knows? Maybe you do find a diamond in the rough.
Well, yeah,
One
no.
example I can think of is Victor Cruz or this guy, Wayne Corbett.
Yeah. No, so it's and again, even then, those guys don't just become starters. They just join the team and then they're like, get out there, and they make it happen. And then they get a lot of attention. That's what ends up happening. So anyway, as for when it comes to teams, yeah, there's a lot of news going on right now, and we'll just have to see what happens in a regular season. Yeah, it is like what you just said. Like, how about this? Emmanuel Acho, former Eagles player. He was a journeyman guy. He left, I think, early because of injuries. Now he's on FS1. Wow, you yawning while I'm talking? Wow,
Funny.
that's disrespectful.
All right, Stephen A.
I'm joking. He was boasting about how Justin Fields went 3 for 3 for 129 yards and 2 touchdowns. How does that sound?
It's 3 for 3, 120 yards.
129 yards, 2 touchdowns.
That sounds bitchin'.
Yeah, okay. The 2 touchdowns he had were 56 yards and 62 yards, and they were on screen passes that didn't go more than like a yard or
So
two
it's
down
misleading.
the field. Yeah. Like, people are... He's hyping that up, and it's just like, dude, I think Justin Fields is going to have a great season. They got a lot of good weapons with him now. But let's pump the brakes a little. It's the preseason. Who were they playing? They were playing the Titans. I don't think the Titans are going to be good this year.
By the way, what do you think of the Chicago Bears? They're swapping like their main logo and secondary logo. Like their main logo is now the bear face logo, and now the C is their second one. I don't think they're changing their helmets, but yeah, that's the thing.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like the C is a classic.
What's the diff? I mean, really, they were using both
Bears.
anyway. I don't get it. Like, what's the big deal?
I don't know.
Nah,
But
whatever.
You look at their profile pictures, it's different. But anyway, last
That is
and
lame.
not least, from the aforementioned Tyler LaQuinta, Minshew leads Indy to the promised land.
Maybe not leads. Maybe he's like, backseat driver, but maybe.
So yeah, wasn't Anthony Richardson was named the starter, right? That
Yes,
is
Anthony
news.
Richardson
I
is
thought
the
I saw
starter.
that. Okay.
I mean, the Colts. I would imagine that Minshew would be second string,
Oh yeah, 100%.
and Sam Ellinger would be third. I mean, I feel like they haven't really invested in Sam Ellinger. I mean, I still think that the best quarterback we've had since Luck was
Rivers.
Rivers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I really think that. I mean, I think one more year, I think like the team really could have gotten together and really gotten behind the ball and really, done something.
Yep.
Wentz was definitely not it.
Nope.
Matty Ice was definitely not it either.
Oh my God. Carson was just like he just can't get it done. And Matt Ryan, you got him like along with Phil Rivers. Like you picked him up when he was like a dead dog. You know, he had to be put down, and apparently that's where quarterbacks go to die now is in Indianapolis.
Yes, Indianapolis is now just a retirement home for quarterbacks.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, now that's kind of changing because we have young blood,
all young guys
in
now.
That QB1 spot. But I mean, I'm not saying, oh, we're gonna go all the way to Super Bowl. I mean, I think we have a good chance to make the playoffs. Whether probably as like a wild card, but I'm hopeful for this year because Anthony Richardson does look kind of promising. I mean, not anything like Luck or Manning. I mean, maybe like a good Rivers.
You saw him in the preseason. You saw highlights of him. I didn't even get to see.
I mean,
I haven't watched a single preseason highlight.
I
really.
mean that, and also college highlights.
Right.
I mean he could throw, he could pass.
Yeah.
I just hope they invest in him. I hope they. I'm not sure.
The quarterback can only do so much with the weapons he has.
Yes. Exactly. Like I'm still in NASCAR mode right now. I mean, we're just about to get just about to get into the playoffs, so I'm not really like focusing on football.
Right.
Won't be until like October that I'm really kind of focusing more on football. Maybe even November, because that's when the championship is over. I don't know. I'm not really. I'm probably gonna get Sunday ticket this year, just so I can watch and not have to worry about jumping from stream to stream.
Right.
And actually see it clearly. You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, if Richardson gets hurt, I think Minshew can.
You're not gonna have to. You don't think it? You don't think it'll be too much of a drop off with Minshew? I mean,
I don't think so.
Well, to be fair, no. It seems no one really knows what Richardson's gonna be. That's the thing. That's the reason his pick was like extremely surprising.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot of talk around him, but he only played last season. That's it. That's all he had. He had 13 games of college under his belt. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all he has. And he wasn't fantastic, but the thing is, scouts don't look for winning. They look for your abilities.
Exactly.
And they saw, and I don't blame them, because size-wise, like, the comps are there in the sense of, like, Cam Newton. Like, Cam Newton was never amazing at passing. He got a lot better as his career went on. But when he came into the league, what did we all know him for? He's a big dude who can run. But also he can sling it, too. He had the ability. And then, just a little refinement from coaching would help him. I would love to see them do that. That division is wide open to me. I don't know. You got Anthony Richardson. You got Bryce Young is on the Colts, or I mean the Texans, or no, C.J. Stroud is on the Texans.
I think it's C.J. Stroud.
So you have two.
You have Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor
The
Lawrence.
Jaguars, and who's Titans?
Is this still Tannehill?
I feel like it's got to be. But yeah,
I think it's
Bryce Young's the Falcons.
Oh yeah, Will Levis is there. They have two. They drafted two quarterbacks in the past 2 years in the Titans.
Yeah.
And Tannehill's just kind of hanging around, but
Tannehill's
guess,
still there.
You know what? The Jaguars, man.
Okay, one.
I mean, I think the Jaguars are going to be the team to beat.
Yeah.
I think
in that division,
I think they're probably going to win the division, and I think the Colts can probably pull off a wild card.
You're hoping well, remember the wild card also includes everyone else in the AFC. That would be incredible.
Yeah, but listen, because here's the thing. This is the most excited I've been about the Jets since the 2010 season. The Jets,
I would be surprised if they don't like. I don't want to hype them up too much, but like I'd honestly be like, until I actually see them play, just based on the hype in front of seeing it from the how far they're building the team, I'd be really surprised if they don't win the division.
Well, here's the thing. This is the most excited I've been since the Jets team since 2010, and that 2010 Jets team is still like superheroes to me.
Because you're what? The Jets, Dolphins, Bills, and
Patriots.
Yeah. Patriots
But here's the thing.
Nothing burger.
But anyway, I still think the Bills are winning the AFC East. But the Jets could, very well give them a run for their money. The Jets play the Bills week 1, Monday Night Football at MetLife. We'll see what happens.
I really think Aaron Rodgers has a fire under his ass.
Oh, I think so too.
Like, this is going to be a different Rodgers than we've seen.
You guys have Randall Cobb too, right?
If I'm not mistaken,
he has all his buddies there, plus the young talent that the Jets had drafted before him. I mean, I'm not putting it all on, like you always say, like not putting it all on him, but like that
has
whole
everything he
team,
needs.
yeah, he does, and so does that defense clearly.
Yeah.
So like the thing about the AFC is, unlike the NFC, all right, in the NFC you have the Eagles, and then it's like way down the list is like the Niners and the Cowboys. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Everyone's picking the Niners over the Eagles right now. What makes you think that?
Part of me thinks I'd go with the Giants over the Cowboys.
Yeah.
At the very least, here's the thing: the Giants are.
The Cowboys are good.
I mean, the thing.
It's just that
They got Micah Parsons. The Giants, I don't think they're on a down. I think for the most part they're still on an upward trend, but I feel like maybe this year they'll kind of plateau because like other circumstances, maybe they couldn't really do anything free agency wise. But I still think Dable's building a great culture there, and give it a year or two, they're going to be competing with the Eagles.
No, they're not. So here's the thing. I'm sorry, because now we're talking about the NFC. It's the Eagles, it's the Niners, and you want to know something funny? The Lions.
I'd like to see the Lions do well. I feel so bad for their fans.
The Lions were so
Tigers and
close.
Bears, oh my.
Yeah, they were so close. Well, there are the Bengals. So the Lions, Bengals, and Bears. Oh my, that's kind of funny. All right, the Lions have so much good talent, and they were just a win short because they had a bad start to the season last year. Their defense was weak. Their defense is significantly better this year. Their offense has tons of talent. Jared Goff last year had like a renaissance and was amazing. Like people don't want to say that, but he was. So you got the Niners, the Lions. I'm trying to think who else there is. I mean, yeah, the Cowboys. I'm not believing in the Giants until they actually show me. I think there was a bit of a tinge of luck last year, but also they were hurt a lot. A lot of their wide receivers were hurt, and the young guys stepped up.
I say
good.
the Giants are like one of the best coached in the top 3 best coached teams.
100% on that. I will 100% attest that Brian Dable, when they hired him, I was like, that's a good move. That's a great move.
My Giants fan wife and I we're trying to go to the Jets Giants game this year
Right.
at MetLife, and she's giving me the warnings. If the Jets win, she's going to be a sore loser. I'm like, I watched a Jets Giants game at her house before,
I
the
put
Jets
over Giants this year for sure.
One time.
Yeah, but I think talent wise, the Jets have the better team, but the Giants' ability to coach, gives them a chance.
Right.
But anyway, I remember being at her house like 3 or 4 years ago, watching Jets Giants. The Jets were winning, and like I just didn't cheer anything. I was just stay quiet.
Well, all I know is the Giants to me are frauds unless they actually prove otherwise, because we kind of exposed them last year, and they exposed the Vikings, who are also bigger frauds, even though they have Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins. Even though he is a good quarterback, he has absolutely no clutch gene, and just.
I hear he's part of the show Quarterback. I haven't watched that.
Oh yeah, I haven't.
I just watched the Johnny Football.
I know they had Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and
Mariota.
Speaking of football movies,
Oh God! A football movie I liked is ruined.
yeah,
What movie?
The Blind Side.
Oh, that movie sucked. That movie sucked. And Michael O'Hearn never liked it from the beginning.
No.
But
All I knew about that was like I heard him saying in an interview. I was like, "Oh no, I've always known how to play the game," something along those lines. But I did see one ridiculous thing. It said like Sandra Bullock should be forced to give up her Oscar for that. But
What?
She wasn't involved for that.
Nothing to do
Yeah,
with
she
it.
had nothing to do with it.
You want her to be punished for pretending? Her job is pretending.
So you know what's funny though? I did see a meme recently. If we're going to talk about awards being taken away. So Johnny Manziel now has a Netflix special.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it. I kind of want to watch it. All right. So remember, he won a Heisman, and he was a little piece of shit in college, and he went to the NFL, and he found out being a piece of shit in the NFL doesn't really
get you
fly.
anywhere,
yeah.
And usually gets you out of the league pretty quickly, which is what happened.
Yes.
He still has his Heisman award, right?
Okay.
And I think this Netflix thing is going to go over.
Oh
all the
yeah, and
stupid bullshit he
people
did.
are saying like,
saying
wait,
all the
how come
illegal
he
shit.
gets to keep his Heisman but Reggie Bush doesn't?
Reggie Bush. I'm just
Fill
going
me
to say
in.
this.
Fill me in here.
Reggie Bush. I don't know if they say explicitly what Johnny Manziel accepted. Every college superstar player, every player that's coming out of high school, a lot of boosters will try and give him stuff. It's not legal, so it's against the rules. It happens. It's been happening.
And that's
forever.
one of the things with Johnny Manziel. It's like, how is this kid affording courtside seats at NBA games?
while in college.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. don't mess up my train of thought. There's rules for it. SMU, the Southern Methodist University, went under. They got the death note in the 80s because many players were getting paid by boosters.
There was a 30 for 30 on it called Pony Excess when they got the death penalty.
Miami wasn't much different. They exposed that boosters for Miami University were almost got the death penalty sometime in I think the mid-thousands.
But the schools like the USC's on Miami's, they make too much money. We need them in bowl games. So Southern Methodist University, who cares about them?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think the 80s they respected them a little bit more, but in general, I think it got so bad that the state stepped in. Like, it was really bad. So anyway, back to what I was saying is, Reggie Bush. I watched college football. Is there another Blue Moon?
Yes.
Ah, Blue Moon.
All right, I'll take that then.
I'll take this because I'm going to finish this. Reggie Bush has one of the greatest football highlights you will ever see from 2006. 2006, when he played for USC, he did things that were just you were watching. It's like, how can anyone stop that guy? He was one of the best. People say he was one of the best Heismans ever. He had one of the best seasons of all time on that amazing USC team that unfortunately only got knocked off by the guy who came in second for the Heisman, Vince Young's Texas. Which he was another great highlight. Look, those two in the same season in college football, it was unreal. And Reggie Bush, sometime when he hit the NFL, his career was kind of like in the middle. Like, he just never broke out. But also, he had way too much hype around him. You know the thing where like someone's so hyped up, like if they're not a god at the sport, like then you're like, oh, he sucks.
Some games in college don't
Dale
translate
Jr.
well to the NFL.
Well,
look at Tim Tebow.
Well, it's not even just the game. It's not the game translating to the NFL. I think he had injuries. I think he went to the wrong team. And he just, the thing is, his hype was so inflated, I don't think he could have ever lived up to that. Tim Tebow actually was not. Tim Tebow had people saying, oh, he's going to be amazing. But also people were like, yeah, but the guy can't throw. His technique is awful. People knew Tebow was going to struggle as a quarterback. Reggie Bush, people were watching him. If you watch his highlights, you'd be like, how can anyone stop that? So anyway, Reggie Bush, at some point, it came out, and this is why Pete Carroll became the Seahawks coach. Pete Carroll dipped out of USC. He was a coach at USC for a long time and built up that program.
Bye, bitch.
He built up that program through the boosters he was using to, well, you know, what involvement he has allegedly, I have no idea. Allegedly. But the point is, Reggie Bush was getting payments. His parents got like a car or something, or they paid for a meal.
A meal?
Something, yes. It can be as simple as that. Jadeveon Clowney or something. There was a player who was kicked out of a bowl game because he got paid by someone for a meal. And he couldn't play in the bowl game. And he just had to go to the draft. And he was like, that's fine. I was going to probably
I understand not wanting to, I understand wanting to level playing field, with the whole payment and stuff, but like, come on, it's a meal.
Well, so the point is, Reggie Bush, one of the best Heismans of all time. Anyone knows, if you watch the clips, there's plenty of them. He had his Heisman taken away. He's not recognized as a Heisman Trophy winner. But then there's this fucking asshole, Johnny Manziel, getting a Netflix special, doing all, and he's basically revealing, I think, all the fucked up shit he kind of did.
Well, is there a statute of limitations? Like, how long after?
I don't give a shit. Give it back to the guy.
Well, it was still years later when they took the...
It was like...
Took it away from Reggie Bush.
When did Pete Carroll become the coach? Like 2011? Something like 5 years later?
Something like that, yeah.
And that's probably about similar...
I don't know, dude. He should...
How do you guys feel about boosters?
I don't know what to think about it because the college athlete experience thing is a very, 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 like, layered. In the sense, it's like, do I think they should be paid to play for college?
I mean, they get scholarships.
They get scholarships, so that counts,
ride.
technically speaking. But that money's not really going to them. It's still going to the school, technically.
Yeah.
Right? So do I think they should get played because they're putting their bodies on the line? Maybe a little bit. But that's where the sponsor things come in. Like, if you got like the Coldest Crawford. The Coldest, I think his name is.
Yeah.
He did it when he was on Nebraska. I think he transferred somewhere else. But when he was at University of Nebraska last year, it's a hilarious clip of him doing an AC commercial. He's like, I'm the Coldest Crawford.
Yeah.
Dude, I was sitting there like, this NIL deal thing where people can make money off of sponsorships in college, love it. Keep it going. I love it. because these coaches are making millions of dollars, and then apparently they're getting fired for sexual hazing and stuff like that in Northwestern.
But the schools are making all this money off them.
Yeah,
it's weird in the sense like I get it. Like they make a lot of money. The schools at the same time, like the students aren't necessarily employees. They're students, but at the same time, it's like.
But they make money off the students.
Yeah.
True.
And that's the reason we haven't had an NCAA football game until apparently it's coming. Apparently an NCAA football game is coming because of the NIL deal. Because now they're going to have their names in it. And that's actually fair.
They're giving them like $200 for their likeness or something.
Whatever.
Yeah, but then
the point is they were never getting compensated.
Yeah.
But clearly you look
Yeah,
at
$200 isn't going to be like, that's
No.
that's not going to like put anyone over.
That's not even a day's pay.
No, but again, the Coldest Crawford is selling air conditioning.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I loved it. How do you not with that name?
Yeah, it's not like you're in that. It's like you're just paying him to sponsor. You're not paying him to play, or like he's still not a professional athlete. He's just like doing something.
It's a very complicated layer discussion, but I always did think it was bullshit. And I think you said you did a thing for public speaking. I did a thing for public speaking on like paying athletes or something like that. Or you did a paper on it. Or something
I did a
like
public speaking on the Redskins name. But
Oh, okay. I did a public speaking thing on look at us, school kids. I did one.
Losers.
I did one. It was a long time ago on players getting paid, and even just a little compensation. Because I also did a story on Marty Gilliard. He actually did make it to the NFL, but he was a walk-on for the University of Cincinnati when they played Rutgers all the time. He was living out of his car, dude. He didn't have dorm. He didn't have that money. Yeah. He didn't get a scholarship though, but he went to the university. I guess he applied and he got in based on grades or something like that. Wow. And he was living in his car and going to practice every day while going to school every day while living in his car, like
every day.
And I can't imagine like this dude's out there making catches, running yards, scoring touchdowns, and he's living out of his car. And then he finally got the scholarship. And I think they gave him a dorm. I think that comes with it, Yeah. But like that's where also it's like they're not getting the money. The school's like, you are ours now. That's kind of what it is. So it's so weird.
Isn't this like what that South Park episode Crack Baby Basketball was making fun of? Yeah. But anyway, I don't know. I wonder which college athlete has like the highest net worth. Because right now I immediately thought of Olivia Dunn or Olivia Dunne.
It's 100% a hot chick.
It has to be her.
Olivia Dunn, yeah, because
isn't she like the face of that school?
I don't know. I'd imagine Joe Burrow is more of a demigod in LSU than her.
NASCAR
but at the same time, you go on
a sponsorship deal with that school.
Whoa,
but you look at freaking Olivia Dunn's Instagram. It's like she has so many followers and we all know why. And I'm googling it right now.
Chase Elliott, that's why.
I'm googling it right now.
LSU?
She went to Grace.
Olivia Dunn's net worth is estimated to be in the $2.3 million range. What? It's like she was recently on Sports Illustrated swimsuit.
Well, this is where poor me is like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, you're right.
She has something the three of us will never have.
Money.
I guess.
The implication.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, we went off on a lot there. I mean, I wasn't expecting to go off. I wasn't expecting to have that long of a conversation about,
Well, he asked about
that
it.
was good, though.
It is a complicated conversation.
1:15, but I mean, we did stop for a little bit, and this did start a little bit before we started, so.
Well, let's not tell him that.
No.
Okay, funny. But
yeah, you guys missed all the cool stuff. So if you guys want to hear that stuff, make sure to subscribe to our Patreon.
Well, I don't think
up to the minute updates.
I don't think we weren't enough subscribers yet for Patreon.
Well,
you never know.
You never know.
I mean, we did get a good amount of listeners the last episode. Look on YouTube, but anyway,
look, I got a lot of ratings. I'm gonna rate my poo.
But Tom, you got anything?
Is that on Fort Book?
Tom, you got anything else you want to add, Tom? No, Zach.
Oh man.
No, but I hope I can do this again sometime soon because I will be moving into my new house.
We got to figure out how to lock down a solid Zoom episode.
Think Discord would work fine?
Well, yeah,
Discord. Yeah,
but we got to figure out because if I can give you the mixer, you can probably record your audio, send it to us, and then we can throw that in there, so it's not like a phone call audio.
I mean, if you have a microphone, like our microphone, the other microphones we have worked pretty well last week. So,
No, that's not a bad idea. No, I get what you're saying. All right, yeah, okay.
But
yeah, we'll figure
Because
that out.
another mixer I have, the smaller one, one channel's good on it.
We'll figure that out.
But yeah, next week we're gonna have our friend Tim join the pod because this Sunday I'm going
Sunday!
I'm going to the Prudential Center with him to see a League of Legends tournament.
So he's going to see what people watch on YouTube.
Basically.
In person.
I'm kind of interested.
I mean, honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to it.
It's like when you were like younger and like you went over to your friend's house and you watched his brother play like fucking Mario Kart or something, you know?
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Like, can I play? And
No.
then you're like, oh my god, go away.
So then he just gives you the controller, it's not plugged in, and you think you're playing, you know.
All right. But yeah,
Sorry, Tim.
I think that just about does it. If you made it this far, thank you very much for listening. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to follow us on all our social medias at FUNTS Podcast on Twitter and Instagram, and at Fat Athletic Nerds Talking Sports on Facebook. This is JackKnife alongside Zack Danielz and Tommy Cho. Have a wonderful night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.